Hi, welcome to R.O.P.E Mental Health. I'm Garrett Kennedy, mental health consultant. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk about mental resiliency and how it can implement change easier in your life. Whether that's changing an unhealthy habit like smoking or vaping, or whether that's implementing a new change at work through a safety program or a social committee, whatever it happens to be, if you're trying to create a resilient, observant, positive environment around yourself, then this is the video for you. This can actually help because what most change is looking at is buy-in or your motivation. And the problem with buy-in, or that's the safety term for it, worker buy-in, or when you're dealing with motivations in addictions and whatnot, there's always this strange sort of motivational struggle between what used to be and what you want to be new. It ends up in what I call a dangling motivation. It's guideless. Normally in life, your life is made up a series of repeating behaviors and repeating decisions. It's your habits. It's your habitual behavior. Some of these are positive, some of these are negative. But when they need to change either to more positive or from less positive to more positive, when they need to change, you're now asked to no longer head towards a known destination. You're headed towards the unknown. Your motivations are not directed towards a goal. They're kind of swinging in the breeze. They're dangling without any form of knowledge, guidance, rudderless, really. So this is a very boisterous way, really, of explaining that stress is cumulative. Whether it's your work stress, your life stress, whatever stress you're going through, it actually builds up upon yourself. And as we know from all of the wonderful awareness campaigns about workplace stress around there, it actually builds up towards this threshold point that's controlled by your amygdala called your fight or flight response. This is a really key role in implementing change in the workforce that's overlooked. Because what happens is workers are becoming more and more stressed, and as they get more stressed, they hit that fight or flight stage, and then once that happens, they're going to do whatever their instinct tells them, whatever their muscle memory and impulsive nature will tell them at that moment. So they're going to go through fight or flight at work in circumstances like there's a new policy change coming up, their wife was complaining at them, their husband is worried about the mortgage payments, whatever the situation is coming up, right? Everybody's stress is building up. Now at work, you've got this new policy that comes in. Well, maybe this individual is already under the gun and being scrutinized by their supervisor. One more thing to change in the day, one more thing to remember, that might be enough to cause somebody to hit that I'm just going to do what got me through this last time button, and forever you'll be telling that employee 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 times, and every time they do something wrong or do it the old way, they're going to look at you and say, well, I'm just used to doing it that way. It's my habit. There's the problem. Because in a buy-in system, it's buying. You're asking to give up something for whatever comes in return. Well, when you're talking about a policy change or quitting smoking or whatever it happens to be, that change in your life, if you're looking at changing that, then all of a sudden, you're not sure if this change is going to help. Is this change going to make me feel as secure as smoking does? Is this change going to, I've been doing it for 20 years and it's always worked out for 20 years. So now you're asking me to do it differently. And you think I'm going to result in something better than what I've already been doing for 20 years? These kind of conversations happen and the motivations are swinging in the wind. They're not aligned with the corporate goal or the united goal. They're not, the behaviors and the thoughts are not aligned. Mental resiliency training deals with helpful thoughts being those that move you towards the SMART goal. Now, once we get a hold of what that goal is and the workers understand that, mental resiliency training isn't based off a give and take. It's based off a united front. It's based off a corporate culture that everybody is working positively towards the same goal. It's a positive working environment, forward movement. Change creates stability. That's the message of mental resiliency training, is this change was well thought out. This problem was identified. Stress at the workplace, for example. The solution, mental resiliency training. Now let's stop talking about it and let's start doing it. So, mental resiliency training will enable people to stop going around in that cycle because they won't hit that fight or flight response. They'll be able to have a cushion in their emotional sensitivity. It's like a buffer, really, something that just slows you down so that you don't hit that breakthrough point. Maybe you don't yell as much. Maybe you're just a nicer person at work. Whatever it is you want to deal with, mental resiliency training will help you keep an even keel, will help you stay emotionally calm, and in that moment where it makes the most impact, will you choose to pull a cigarette out of your deck, or will you choose to just go back to work? Will you choose to do the new procedure that may end up in something better, or are you going to do the old procedure, which will definitely result in the same outcome? So if you're ready for change, if your will to change is more than your will to stay the same, a mental resiliency training will help you get there. We can rope in mental health together. We can look at this as a united problem, as a community solution, and create a real strong network out of our training programs. So please comment below. Let me know what you think of mental resiliency training. I think that you guys will enjoy taking it from me if my style actually meets up with yourself and your workplace goals. If you want to have a playful environment to learn in that engages all of these positive emotions for positive gaining and positive learning, that's what I focus on, is a recreational therapy-based program for mental resiliency training. Check out my Facebook page, Kennedy Consulting, Mental Resiliency Training. Anyway, thank you guys very much for the listen. I hope you enjoyed my video. More importantly, I really hope that this helps you guys make a decision to improve your workplace environment by creating a resilient, observant, positive environment for change. Thank you very much. Let's rope in mental health together.